all you lovely soapy people out there. Anne from the Sussex Handmade Soap Company here, and we are back today with another soap recipe that we are going to try out. A few weeks ago we made this soap here, and when I was making it I realised I really liked the actual colour scheme that we've got. So the greens and the pinks and the white. So we're going to do another soap today that's incorporating these exact same colours, but we're going to do a completely different design and change it up a little. We are going to be using mica powders to colour it, and we're going to be using an in the pot swirl technique to mix all the colours together a little bit and then top it off with a solid white layer on top, and then sprinkling the top with some flowers in a nice complementary purple mauve sort of shade. So that's the plan for today's soap. Let's get on and make it! So firstly we're going to add our cooled lye water into our oils. We've actually managed to fix the tripod a little bit, which hopefully means you guys are going to get a better view, more of a sort of top-down view, which will hopefully show a little bit more of what we're doing. I would say we got a new tripod, but we didn't. We just used a fragile tape and a little bit of skill to create something a little bit better out of an older one.
Insert photo here.
Okay, now we're going to bring this down to a light to medium trace. And now we're going to split the whole lot down into 4 equal sized portions. Right, now we're only going to be colouring 2 portions of the soap today, so we can get rid of the other 2 for now. And we're going to be colouring them with classic lippy mica from Resonate. In there. And Emerald Lagoon mica also from Resonate. I've lost my train of thought now of what I was going to say, because somebody in the background is putting strange Snapchat filters on me while I try and work. This is what you get when you work with men. But it does brighten.
Hang on!
It does brighten up the day though. Right, we're going to mix this green in. We've got about 1/4 teaspoon of the mica in there, and we're just going to mix it in until it's thoroughly combined. We blended it with a little bit of oil before adding it in, just so that it's incorporated a little bit better. Are you Snapchatting me again? What am I now? And the same with the pink, just going to mix that in till it's well combined. So they're both done now. Some of you who have watched our other videos might notice these are the exact same 2 colours that we used on our Feather Swirl Rose soap a few weeks ago. The reason for that is that when I did that soap I realised I actually loved these 2 colours together, so I was going to do another soap specifically featuring a swirl in those colours. And we're doing an in the pot swirl, so I am just going to take this. Hang on, we'll give this a little stir first just to loosen it a little. And now with no specific planning, I'm just going to pour them in one by one. Green first. And then the pink on the other side. In a minute I'm going to tell Wayne to come up here and actually show you guys what he's doing to my face during this, because I can hear him giggling away in the background. And I think it's only fair, Wayne, that you come and show everyone how you're amusing yourself. Come on, come and show the whole class. Don't keep it to yourself. Right, now we're going to do a couple of rotations with the spatula. Just... Okay, so that was more than a couple, but that will do. Now we're pulling that mould, and this is really easy. We're just going to pour it down into the mould. Just going for an almost marbled effect to those colours. We want them to kind of blend into each other, not too much, just a little. And you know what this reminds me of? I don't know how many of you are of my sort of age, but this reminds me of being a kid, the colour scheme here, and getting a Zap ice cream. I think they were toffee flavoured, and they were one of my favourites, and they were kind of this sort of colour, sort of pinky, greeny, touches of brown, and they tasted amazing. They were my favourite ice creams. Wish you could still get them. I've seen them occasionally.
Wish you could still get them. I've seen them occasionally.
I've seen them occasionally.
So you still can get them?
Well, you could a few years ago when my kids were small. When the kids were like 3 or 4, you could still get them, but I haven't seen them in a long while. Can you still get Zaps? That's my question. Right, we're going to let this set up for a little while, and then what we're going to do is use our remaining white soap batter to create a solid colour white line on top. So while we're waiting for this to set up, I've taken my gloves off purely because I've done a bit of tidying up and I'm not going to be touching the soap at the moment, but let me show you. While I've been, creating these videos, I've had a few Snapchat messages come in. Let's see what they are. Yeah. You sound like Scooby-Doo when you're laughing. That is, yeah. Incredibly fetching, isn't it? This is what I live with. Oh, you've put the face on the dog, I see. Oh, the fox down there, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Welcome to Soapland. I'm making soap.
Stunning. So now this lower level has firmed up, we're going to go back to the last quarter of our soap batter. And we're just carefully going to pour it over the top. Again, it has thickened up quite a lot because it's been sitting quite a while. I'm just going to gently pour it out, hoping that it doesn't break through that lower layer. Shall I just leave it like that? Like a big dollop. I like that. I actually quite like that. We should do a soap like that one day.
Custard.
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 What's that from? Is it extras?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now just smoothing it into place with the spatula. And now I'm going to take my chopstick, and I'm not too sure what I'm doing. I'm just going to go with some sort of swirl, just to texture the top. Basically just going round in lots of circles. And we've got some pretty little flowers for the top of this soap, which I'll show you in a minute. There's something that I haven't actually seen on soap a great deal. Hopefully they'll work. Hopefully there's not a secret reason that I don't know about, which is why these flowers aren't really used on soap. If there is, somebody will let me know, I'm sure. So there we go, a simple little swirl on the top, and now I have got some dried heather. And I'm using the dried heather because I think the purple and the green are going to absolutely perfectly complement the colour scheme that we're using. I think it's really pretty. It's going to give it a lovely sort of Scottish feel. Scottish? That's my Scottish impression. My kids are half Scottish. Does that mean I'm allowed to do bad Scottish impressions? I'm going to say yes. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this gently across the top. If you're using an essential oil or anything in the soap, we're not today, but if you were going to, I'd perhaps be inclined to combine this with something like a fir needle. I think a fir needle essential oil would go really nicely in this. Kind of bring the woody feel in. So here is today's heather topped soap with the purple, white and pink swirl. We'll cut it in a couple of days, we'll bring you back and we'll show you how it's turned out. How pretty is that? We are back and it is soap cutting time. It's come out of the mould really nicely, it's lovely and firm, and we're going to turn it onto its front for cutting so that those flowers don't drag through the soap. I'm going to mark it out now into inch thick pieces because that is the thickness that we have our soap. And then we shall chop it. So the soap is all marked and ready to be cut. I'm really looking forward to seeing the inside of this one. The colours are coming through so nicely here. It looks really pretty already, and I'm just hoping that that does carry through to the inside. So let's get it chopped up and see how it does look on the inside. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! There we go. Soap cut. And the inside of the soap. Very happy with this one, very happy with the colours that are coming through just how I was hoping they would. Really subtle shades of green, pink and white, kind of blending into each other a little bit, again how we wanted it to be. So yeah, very happy with the effect that we're getting on these soaps today. Still reminding me of a Zap Ice Lolly. We have got the heather on top nicely, and I think the whole colour scheme just works. I think it all sort of ties in together and creates a really pretty bar of soap. What do you guys think? So all in all, I am really happy with how today's soaps came out. I love the way the colours have blended together. I think the flowers on the top really work. Very, very happy with today's design. Let us know what you think of it. Tell us down in the comments box below. We love to hear your comments and questions and just general chit-chat really, because I can do general chit-chat. I can talk for hours about nothing at all. So yeah, give me some love, give me some comments. That's not an order, that's a very polite request. As usual, you can find our soaps that we sell on our website, which is here. Our discount code is here. We're not selling these ones, as usual with our YouTube channel. A lot of our YouTube soaps are more experimentation, a little bit of fun. Being in the UK, we can't sell these because we need to get them assessed first, which we're not going to do right now. But we do have some other lovely soaps that you guys can choose from. That is all for today. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening or whatever time of day you happen to be watching this video. Enjoy yourself. Go out, have some fun, don't venture too far, we're still in lockdown. I feel like I'm mentioning that in every single blooming video, but it feels like it's gone on forever. So, you know, go in the garden or something. It's a beautiful day outside. Although when you're watching it, it might be raining. But today it's a beautiful day. Anyway, enough waffle, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.